Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Here We Grow at the Hive Garden Studios. Already you know that we have an amazing person here with us on the sofa. Going to be discussing about her journey and where life has taken her currently. She is, you know already, we'll get her to introduce herself, but she's a dear friend, someone that I am so proud of, and I look forward so much to see what she's about to tell us now, because I know she's got lots of things in the pipeline for us. So, as you already know, hey girl! Please let us know your name.
Yes.
Where you were born and raised. Mm-hmm. And what's your title? Like, what is it you do?
Okay. I'm Tanya Edwards. I was born and raised in West London. Northwest. I don't...
Are you claiming Northwest?
Don't.
Really?
Everyone tells me this. I know. I was born in West London. My grandma's house is in West, so I was there predominantly.
Yeah.
And then I did move to North Wheezy.
Yeah.
But my heart is West for sure. And I am a singer, actress, creative. I'm an all-round creative.
Yeah.
It's easy to kind of say that.
From your journey,
Yeah.
you've like evolved and learned so many different things around the creative industry. Tell us, Tan.
Yeah, I've tapped into different things.
Where did it all start first?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's easy. So it all started I was in St. Charles College in Ladbroke Grove. Performing arts was one of my A-levels. And I always knew that I wanted to do something in that field. Like, I didn't know if it was film, if it was TV, if it was theatre, if it was teaching. But I always had an interest in the arts. And it wasn't until I did go to college that there used to be a newspaper called The Stage. And I used to get it. And there were like breakdowns of auditions. And I went for an open audition for The Lion King. I kind of bunked college.
Uh-oh.
Don't ever do that.
Well, would you say don't?
Look, whatever floats your boat. No, I'm joking. No, like, I think I was really lucky because my form tutor was the head of performing arts.
Okay.
He knew the deal. But I basically went for an open audition for The Lion King. And I was 16. It was my first year in college.
Did your mum know that you was going for this, by the way?
Well, this is the thing. No.
Okay, all right.
No, she didn't know. But I kept going. I kept getting callbacks. People were like, you know, who's your agent? I didn't have an agent. A headshot. I didn't know what a headshot was. Sheet music. No idea what sheet music was. I walked in, sang a cappella. Just said I didn't have an agent. And yeah, I kept getting callbacks. And then I remember going back one day and having to tell my mum, do you know what, Mum? I've been going for auditions for The Lion King. I put your name down as my agent. But
your mum's a performer.
No, what?
No,
God
she
rest
sings?
her soul.
Oh.
No, Mum was tone deaf. Bless her heart. She wasn't the
Wow.
best vocalist,
Okay.
but she loved music.
Yeah.
And you know, her brothers and her sisters, they were all like
Okay.
music lovers.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a household of like listening to music from all different genres. But yeah, I basically got offered The Lion King at 16. Had to turn that down because it was my first year of college, and my mum said, nah.
Oh.
And do you know what? She said to me, if you're good enough, Tan, they will call you back. They'll understand. And I was like, I can't stand you. I didn't speak to her for like, I don't know, 2 days. Didn't last very long. She was cooking my meals.
Yeah.
So it really didn't last long. And I got a call back a year later.
Oh, wow.
From the same casting director saying, look, it's been a year. Is Tanya up for coming in and just rolling out the punches again? And I did, and I got offered the job.
So you've done Lion King
and
in the UK. You've done Lion King in France?
Yes.
In France?
In Paris.
In
Yes, Disneyland.
Okay.
But it was lovely, and I've still got friends.
Did you have to have something lined up when you came back home, or did you just say,
really
you know what, I'm
interesting.
just coming home and just whatever?
I just came home. I remember just at that time, I was like, do you know what, I've done a year. I built a lot of confidence. I had an agent.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I kind of, I guess I kind of thought I knew a lot more of what I was doing. And my agent was doing the work, and I was going for auditions. I came back to audition for other things.
Got turned down, or was you
Yeah,
accepted?
there were so many. Yeah.
Really?
God,
You?
what? Girl, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of no's. And I have to say that about that the industry is be prepared for a lot of no's. Like, I know everybody says it, but it's because everybody's telling you the truth. As much as I might get no's, I think it's really important that people know that you can also be in a position of power, or where you have your own choice, where someone will say to you, do you know what, we want you for this, and you can actually turn around and say, actually, do you know what, nah, I'm all right. Even when agents send you breakdowns, they're like, we've got this for you, we've got that for you, you can read through it and go, do you know what, nah, don't put me up for it, I'm all right. It's okay. It's like it's the whole point. If I read something and I'm like, my spirit, something ain't right, no. Or I've gone into auditions, it happened the other day, where you go into an audition, you do an audition, and then you come out, they say that you're great, we want to see you tomorrow, and you go, do you know what, thanks for telling me I'm great, but nah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's like I have to sit and think, can I do this for 8 shows a week for a year contract?
Jeez.
A lot of what I had missed was my freedom. And you sacrifice a lot. I think people have to understand that theatre is, yes, you could love it, but you do sacrifice a lot too.
I can imagine, yeah.
Like your Christmases and extra shows. You do 9 show weeks.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a lot. Like, fun, lovely, fulfilling, but a lot of work. Like, be prepared to work.
I'm sure sometimes there are times where you feel like, what am I doing?
Absolutely.
Especially like when you're away from home, you're away from family.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I know being in that particular industry, you can have some really horrible people, and straight up, because either they want to be better than you. I mean, like, come on, you're a beautiful girl filled with talent.
It's competitive. It's a really, like, that is what it is. Like, you're always up against, and the pool is small. The pool is very, very small, especially for our casting. So you're always up against your friends. You know who's going to be in the room before you even go there. You're like, I knew I was going to see you here. But I think with personal growth, I think people understand the importance of putting themselves first and also being nicer to people. But especially in my younger years, these years are easy now. Because
you're a pro.
It's easy. I've it is that though. It's like I've done it. I don't put too much pressure on myself, and I see sometimes people that aren't as experienced, and I do sometimes take them aside, and I'm like, do you know what is for you is for you, and you what you have done is enough. Like, your prep is enough, and they look at me like, rah, why are you being so nice? It's like, it's okay nicer to be nice. It's okay to be nice. You know what I'm saying? But you do put pressure on yourself.
Are you ever nervous, like, every single time, or is it like ones that you enjoy?
The first times are always just the worst. I don't know how to explain what it feels like, but it's always the worst. That very first time, you've got anxiety, you've got like excitement, but you're nervous. You're definitely nervous, especially when you are on for a cover or you're quite exposed. When you're doing things as an ensemble and you're together, you kind of hide, don't you? You kind of get lost in everybody else's sauce. So we're good. But when you're on your own and you have to hold that space for the first time, you're running your lines in the wings like, okay, now I've got to go on. Is that? All the time. I get nervous now. Get nervous all the time. All the time, Des.
But that's, again, because you're like so passionate and want to do great at what you're enjoying. You will,
Yeah, you care. But man, nervous all the time. Even if I go and sing a little song, a song that I've sang 100 times, I'd still get nervous.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, Lion
What are
King
you
is-
working on now?
Now, I'm currently in a show called Play On,
Yeah.
which is, we've just been doing a UK tour to Bristol in early Jan, and then we're actually in London the end of January and through Feb at
Wow.
the Lyric Hammersmith. And it's a show, it's basically a play on, which is, yeah, a play on Shakespeare's Twelfth Night.
Okay.
So it's like, it's an all-black cast,
Nice.
and it's like a Duke Ellington's jazz mixed with street. Yeah.
So you got a bit of dancing, singing for you.
Yeah, a little bit of yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
American again.
What's a day like for you when you're on a show?
Like a one show day or two show days,
So-
so different.
Oh.
So like a one show day, when you're not rehearsing, it's nice and easy because you're actually in at about 6 o'clock. You do warm up. Your show starts at 7:30, and then you go home.
So you wake up
So
in the
you've got your
morning
day.
and you go straight into work, or what time
On
would
a
you normally
two-show
start?
day, I would. So if you've got a matinee and an evening,
Oh Jesus.
I'm up early, usually in at about 12:30 or something, midday. So I'm up early, I have a good breakfast, vocal warm-ups, a little bit of a stretch.
And I've seen you on the
And then you
Insta
go
with
in.
your
Yeah, my vocal tube, yeah. Vocal tubes are the one.
yeah.
And then I go in and then I do everything early. So I'd prep my hair, I'd have my makeup on, warm up gear, go and do warm up, have a skip, do vocal, another vocal, and then you go and you prep for the show. You do the show, take everything off. I keep my hair prep on, so it saves me having to do it again. So I keep my hair prep on and my makeup, and I'll just top up the makeup and keep the prep on. And then I will not do another physical, but I'd possibly do another vocal. I'd eat, and then I'd rest for like 20 minutes, and then it's prep again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you're done at like 10.
Yeah.
So those are long days. Your two show days are long. You're in all day.
Jeez.
You might as well say 10 to 10. Do you know what I mean? 12 to 10.
Yeah.
But one show days are nicer because you've got your whole day.
And then
You go in at 6, and it's like 4 hours work, bish bash bosh, done.
Yeah. For young ladies or young men wanting to get into the industry, any piece of advice that you can give them?
Yeah, oh God, my biggest thing is like, seriously, believe in your own magic. Don't try and be somebody else. I think there's a huge thing going on where I see it, you know, with young people a lot, especially. To be fair, a lot of us older people do it too, but especially the young people, don't compare yourself to somebody else. If you're covering somebody as well, don't think that your show has to be their show.
Yeah.
That you have been chosen for a reason. You can never be anybody else but yourself. And that's something I had to learn.
It's funny that you're saying that, because in theatre you're being somebody else, but you still have to be yourself.
You have to be authentic.
Yeah.
You have to. It's like, and that's the thing. There's a fine line between becoming a character and losing yourself. Like, and one thing I've never done, I've never lost my... No one can ever tell you that, Tanya. I mean, you've known me for years.
Yeah.
I've been the same, Gasser. I haven't changed. I'm exactly the same. But
Apart from she's improved in
try
her
and improve
craft.
in my craft.
Yeah.
And dip into different
Yeah,
places and
totally,
elevate
man.
and grow and be
Yeah.
willing to learn as well. I think that's another thing. Like, be willing to absorb like a sponge.
Yeah.
Like, don't look at people and think, oh, she's better than me at that. So watch her in a nice way. You could learn from her.
Yeah, I love
Watch
that.
him in a kind way. You could learn from him instead of trying to, do you know what I mean, out them or be better than them. It's like, just be the best version of yourself. Once you sit in that, you've won.
Nice, yeah.
Whenever you go on for them, it's like there's ease.
Yeah.
Because you don't put that pressure on yourself of having to be and sound and do as they sound and they do and they be. That's them.
Yeah.
You know? Let's keep it real, Des. If I had a place like this,
Yeah.
right? This wonderful place.
Thank you.
if I had this, I would have been able to tap into so many different elements within the creative field in general. I didn't have this, so people need to take advantage of this place.
Thank you.
Please. Affordable costing.
Thank
beautiful people, good spirit, because it's always down to the spirit of the people in the building.
Thank you for that.
That's all right.
What's next for Tanya
what's
Nicole
next?
Edwards?
Like I said, I'm currently in play on. I know, I'm currently in play on. I'm having, there's a load of shifts that's been happening. Like I said, when I'm not in theatre, I'm doing something else.
Yes.
So, you know, I've done backing vocals. I was with Soul to Soul for 5 years, and then I've kind of gone into production now. So I've been called doing production assisting on. You know, I've done artists.
Is that for concerts and
so live music? So like, I've done Davido's tour. I was very, very lucky. I've been doing, you know, R&B block parties and all of these venues. So I'm loving that. So I'm kind of tapping into those spaces a lot more, and I am also looking into possibly getting into kind of casting directing, so that I'm on the other side, so that I have a nice insight into where I could also help others and bring people into spaces that I have been in for the past 20 years.
And you would be the best person to do that because of the experience that you've had. Because you've had good times and you've had bad times.
Absolutely.
And you know how to, you're not telling them what to do, but supporting them and guiding them.
Yeah, absolutely. Just giving them the access.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, you know, I have access.
And the connections, the networks that you've had. Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm going to tap into next, I believe. I'll still, you know.
I'm about to audition to one of Tan's, whatever she's put out.
I'll delve back into, you know, working with young people and doing some talks and,
Mentoring?
Yeah, that will all be one. So it'll be like a mentoring.
How about Tanya Nicole Edwards Agency?
Do you know what? Everyone's always told me to be an agent. I'll be really honest with you. Right now, no. I think that's too much. I've been really, really conscious of like what I can give. Again, it's boundaries, isn't it? And if I can't fulfill that for someone, no, I'm not going to do it. So I'll start with casting and see what happens. But in time, being an agent is definitely something that I have thought about.
We need more people like you that can, especially for our community.
I know.
There's not many, and
I know.
Our young people or even adults may feel like, I don't think I'll be able to do that because I don't relate to them or they don't understand that I'm gonna get set back.
I get it. But this is why, like, when I talk about casting, I would actually, my idea is to go back to who gave me my first job. And I must say, I mean, we're very, very different in many ways. However, I think I can learn a lot from her, and I would want to go to somebody that I can learn a lot from in order to have the access to bring.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that we need that.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Where can we find you?
Oh my God. I'm not big on social media, I'll be honest, but I do have an Instagram.
Yeah.
And you can find me at Tanya Nicole Edwards.
Thank
so
you.
at Tanya Nicole Edwards. And I am actually public at the minute. This is my public phase. So yeah, find me on there.
Nice. Thank you so much, Tanya.
That's all right.
It's been
Thanks for having me.
wonderful experience with you. Hearing your journey and getting to know more about you, even though like I do know Tanya obviously, but like just sitting here and all of this, what, Dirty Dancing? I don't know that.
I know.
But well done to you. And if I haven't said it, I am so proud of you.
Oh, thank
like,
you, Des.
I know everything that you've gone through and stuff. Like, I am super, super proud of you. And
Thank you.
I'm your fan.
Thanks, Des.
Okay.
Love you, girl. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Oh.